Hello crafty friends and welcome back. I have another project I am sharing for Scraptember 2025 with the Scrappy Sisters. Today's prompt is mixed media. And I did a lot of mixed media with embossing powders and embossing glazes from Tim Holtz, the Distress line. So here you can see that, so I got a little rough. This is like it's not really chipboard, it's an album that I purchased last year, and it's made out of kind of the same material that you would get from like a drink coaster at a restaurant, kind of that cardboard, spongy material. So it's fairly sturdy, but it obviously had that cut line for where the tree was, but I figured out a way to put it all back together here. So I wanted the gold on the outside here, so I did my gold embossing powder like I've been doing throughout my December documented album for 2024. And then on the tree, so here I'm doing the front, excuse me, and the back at the same time. And so I'm just going through the same process for the gold part on the back here. And this is, let's see, nope, I think I was doing this one at home after I got home from my retreat. So this might have been one of the first projects that I worked on after I got home from the retreat from my on my December documented album here. So here you get to watch the magic again of heat embossing. It never really gets old. It's just fun to see it melt and do that here. So now for the tree. So for my embossing glazes, I don't have a green, and I have actually done this one other time earlier this year when I was doing a December end project. And so I'm actually using, I think it's pine needles, a green colored distress ink. And then, so I finally got tired of dealing with that, so I did finally just rip it off. And like I said, I did come up with a solution. And then as far as the glaze goes, that I had speckled egg. And so with that over the top of the green ink that I put onto the album cover, it does turn out kind of a turquoisey green looking color, which actually matches a lot of the papers and embellishments that I've used throughout the album. And so here's where I'm starting to actually put the page together. So I've got my picture, I'm going to get it matted here, and then really what's going to stick everything back together, the two pieces, is how I attach my photo on there. And so I do use tear tape on this because this is going to be outside of a pocket page protector. It will be a page that just goes in between two regular, probably 6x8 size pages. And by doing this, voila, now my page is all back together. And that bottom part, I think I end up, yeah, here I use a, I've got my hot glue gun out, and I put that ticket on there, attached it that way, and it's okay if it hangs off the edge because, like I said, there's going to be bigger pages on the front of this and the back of this, so it will be protected by those two larger pages. And so here we have moved to the back side of this page. Excuse me. So this is another picture of the beginning of us starting to unwrap our gifts on Christmas Eve. And the front side was a picture of Cody and Hope in front of the Christmas tree before, I think it was before we went to church. It might have been after we got home, but with him in his suit and her still dressed up. And it was just a cute picture. She wanted actually to have that picture taken. So this picture on the back here is just a little bit smaller, and so it'll get attached, and I'll have this little cluster here off to the side that again is going to help hold that piece, those two pieces together from the front and the back there. So Get all those put on there, and I can't remember if I might use hot glue gun on this as well, since it is the heat embossing and there won't be a page protector. So I do want to make sure that everything sticks really good here. So here I'm now come back to the other side again, adding a few more details. I've got that tag there, and I'm going to put a little rub on that says joy. Sorry, as soon as I started talking, all of a sudden my sinuses just started draining, so excuse the sniffling and the strange coughing. So I get those little bits there that are a couple pieces from 49 and mark it here. And I flip back to the back side again, and just finishing up the final embellishments on this side as well, adding one of the brads from Simple Stories, and then something that you don't see, and I'm not sure that they're even in the final pictures, but I did pull out two ginormous stick pins that had yellow stars on them, and I did hot glue those at the top of the tree as well. So when I post Instagram and Pinterest, I will try and add an updated picture with that on there. So here are the close-up shots. If you have any questions for me, please feel free to leave those down below. And I will have a playlist listed below for everyone playing along with Scraptember, and as well as my Instagram and other social medias. So thank you for stopping by, and we will see you next time. Bye.